All right, Michael.
We're ready. All right, coming at you live from the My Insurance Group Media Studio. It's the Homes and Homies podcast extraordinaire.
We got Ernest Enriquez with EXP.
We got John Hanson with the My Insurance Group.
James Cardenas, My Insurance Group. What's up?
Bam! Bam!
Introduce
Double.
myself.
The self introduction.
And we also have a special guest here, a motto from Chicago Hot Dogs, the owner over off of Jones Maltzberger. So if you haven't checked it out, we're about to do probably not a live review, but we're about to dive into some of this Vienna beef and talk a little bit about hot dogs in honor of National Hot Dog Day.
So this is like National Hot Dog Day Eve.
Pre-Eve.
The eve
hot
of
dog
the,
day.
the
So
eve of the hot dog
We're
day.
gonna, we're gonna pregame.
We're going in.
We're going in.
That's right. Well, I did got a Chicago dog myself.
Oh, did you?
Hell yeah.
That looks amazing.
So we have some interesting questions and
So
topics.
ask him
that-
the most important question first.
The most important question is probably the fourth one on that
Yes,
board
it
over
is.
there. Ketchup on a hot dog, yes or no? This has been a debate.
No, there's no debate.
There's no debate.
There's no debate.
No ketchup on a
No
hot dog.
ketchup on
That's
hot dog.
sacrilege right there.
Unless you're like a kid.
Oh,
Then yeah.
You don't know any better.
I guess I'm burned.
Mike was right the whole time.
Who would have thought?
Mike was right. So, Mato, tell us a little bit about Chicago hot dogs. Tell us about the vision. You know, what made you want to open up a hot dog restaurant and so forth?
Well, I always dedicated my life to the hot dog business. So I currently still have a business in Elk Grove Village, Illinois. We're going to be shutting that down just to completely do Chicago hot dogs here in San Antonio. And so we moved here because we wanted to get away from the cold. and we got a little bit too hot. So
You went from one drastic to another.
yes, but I mean I still rather have these than the cold, so we're good. And so we came here and we wanted to open the same concept as we have over there and continue similarity business. So here we are. We make our own beef. We bring Vienna beef hot dogs, the buns, all the ingredients except for the onions and the tomatoes and the mustard. We get it here, but everything else comes from Chicago.
So on the Vienna beef, what goes on to the Vienna beef? I'm looking at the beef,
That's the
the
Italian
jalapeno,
beef. Italian beef. It's a Vienna dog. Come on.
or Vienna dog. I
Vienna
mean,
dogs.
the beef, Italian
the Italian
beef.
beef is it's our recipe. So you on the recipe, it's like a lot of garlic, onions, tomato, and other seasonings that go in there. A lot of red crushed pepper.
Okay.
So you get that kick of hot.
Yeah, I was gonna say I had a little hint of spice.
Yes. So
yeah.
you have black pepper in there too, and red crushed pepper, and then the hot giardiniera will make it really hot, or spice it up more. It's good on there. Like I said, we cook it from scratch at the shop. The French bread comes from Toronto, from Chicago.
Okay.
They make the French bread in there, and they send it part baked, and then we finish the bacon here.
Bam.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
That's delicious.
Yeah,
by
that's
the way.
that's why it stays fresh. It's always a fresh bite. It feels like you just bake it.
Yeah.
You know, so
It seems like it's like it's a lot of flavor in your mouth, but it's delicious.
So what about the water? I hear you got to bring in Chicago water.
no. That some places you probably have to because of the hard water, but you can also do like, filter water. There's a lot of machinery now that
Duplicates it.
Yeah, well, it doesn't duplicate it, but it doesn't. What changes the flavor of the hot dogs will be having the hard water that we have here. But if you put a nice filtering system on there, you're good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
So explain the water.
Well, the water the water here has a lot of like if you go to the sink, you see a lot of buildup.
Like the sediment and
yeah,
mineral, yeah.
So those minerals change the flavor of the hot dogs because it's all boiled, all steam.
Yeah.
So, but if you have a nice filter system, you're good.
Interesting. I mean, a lot of people probably don't go that granular into the mechanisms and the construction of
Well,
it.
you kind of have to, because otherwise you're not given a real Chicago style steam dog.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The Chicago's on this little body of water called Lake Michigan.
Yeah, right.
and it supplies the whole region because
Right.
it's trillions of gallons, and it's got a distinct flavor. So every region has its own flavor of water, kind of, sorta.
Yeah.
And Chicago's got Chicago water, so it kind of permeates a lot of the flavors. But if you
Yeah,
kind of make it a neutral water,
I think you're good, and I don't see a difference on the way we do it. It's just the filtering of the hot dogs come out just as good. So, because at the beginning we were doing actually the gallons of water, but then once we put the system in there, the filtration,
tell the
then it was
difference.
fine. Yeah. So, and I haven't had anybody complain about it, so I think we're good.
so there was talks of Portillo's coming to town. I don't know what happened with that.
I think it will help.
You think?
I think it will help us, because a lot of people don't know the concept, and having a guy that big, you know, it actually probably will help. Because up in Illinois, where our other store is, we're 5 minutes away from Portillo's, and we're still in business. We've been in business for 15 years now.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean,
think-
Portillo's is kind of like the 100-pound gorilla in the room. Everybody knows Portillo's.
Yeah.
And they do a decent job. But, I mean, I think the mom and pop shop, the smaller shops,
yeah,
a little more authentic, a little more
I
flavor.
think Portillo's is good if you're on the road, because you already know what you're gonna get. It's very consistent, which it's good. Consistency is good. You know, I think that's one of the reasons I stay in business, and they grow so big. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, their food is good, but
But yours is better.
I think ours is better. But you know, everybody that cooks thinks their food is better. So, so you know,
All I know is this is delicious.
It's so
well,
good.
that's good. That's good.
For all the viewers out there watching, if you haven't checked them out, you need to check out Chicago Hot Dogs.
Yeah, come and check us out, man.
I remember so I lived in Washington State for about 8 years, but I was born and raised here in San Antonio.
Oh.
And when we came back, I was like, man, I want a good hot dog. And, you know, growing up as a kid, the only place we really had was like Sonic. Right? Like, and yeah. But now they're going out of business, and I'm thankful that we got Chicago dogs, because my son absolutely loves the chili cheese dogs that y'all serve up over there with the actual queso, not the shredded cheese.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, which is good.
it's a mess for him because he's a youngin', but he loves it. James, what do you think?
That's good, man.
I've never had anything like this before. What
No.
is this called?
Italian beef.
You've never
Y'all
had
gotta
Italian
go
beef?
to-
Oh, you've never
Yeah.
lived.
Did you get your cheese? Here's a cheese dog too, right here.
There's a cheese dog.
Excellent.
You
I
should
highly
put chili on
recommend.
that. I really love a chili cheese dog with some onions and mustard.
Yeah, and that was always my biggest question for you, was like, you know, what made you choose San Antonio? Like, I know you said you wanted to get away from the cold.
So
but
I was looking in other cities. I went to Dallas. I went to Arlington. And I didn't want it. It really didn't feel like I would be able to do good there, like as far as being happy living there. So I came here. My brother had moved here about a year ago before I moved. And I came to visit him with that mentality already in mind and wanted to look. Well, when I came here, 2019, everything was booming, man. Restaurants were full.
yeah,
People were out partying. I'm like, this is the place I want to be.
yeah, Fiesta.
It was like one big party at nighttime all the time. So
I mean, that is one thing San Antonio has going for it. Is it used to be? It's not so
well,
much
it's a
anymore.
little less now
Yeah.
because of COVID and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think when I came, that was the really catch my attention.
Yeah,
I was like, this is what I need to be. You know, people working, you know, happy.
Yeah.
You know, people just going. You know, and then I decided to move in 2020, and then the pandemic broke.
Bad timing.
And you know, I wish I would have retrieved, would have stopped. But if I would have stopped, we wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
because everybody told me, "Don't go, man. It's gonna get ugly." Well, it did get ugly, but I realize now that if I would have not came in 2020, everything would have changed, and I would have not be here right now.
Right.
You know, because it just changes everything. So
Well, and I guess that's like the perfect saying, right? Like sometimes we see dark before we see light.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes it goes down a dark place and then
yeah.
turns good.
Yeah,
So,
well, it did push us behind financially because, you know, we moved here. I was a whole year out of working.
Mhm.
You know, I was only getting a little bit of money from the place up there. You know, if I'm not working there, I don't make much.
right.
You know, so the whole year of building Chicago hot dogs, I wasn't getting any money.
Yeah.
You know, so except for what I was getting from over there. So you can imagine my credit card bills.
Oh, yeah. Well, and that's like always the hardest part with the
Yeah.
startup. I mean, John, you know, Mike, you know,
Yeah.
I know because, you know, John's in insurance, Mike's
Yeah.
mortgage, I do real estate. So
Yeah.
that first year is always like the telltale sign
Yeah.
of whether you're going to be able to weather that storm.
Oh, James really
Yeah.
knows.
James is going through that right now.
Yeah, it gets crazy, but you know what? Overall, I'm very happy with the business and happy that I moved. You know?
So I guess what would you say is like your vision for your business over the next, 5 years, 6 years? Like, what's the long-term goal? Because I think right now y'all are just off Jones Maltsberger.
Yes. So the idea is to grow it into a chain. That's the vision of growing into an eventually a chain. But I do want to grow it as far as maybe 3 stores before looking into getting the actual chain.
Right.
Yeah, because it's not it's not as simple as it seems to be. You know, there's a lot of different things.
Well, you got to have the revenue. You got to have the
Right.
audience and the following.
Right. So all of that, it's just one big thing, and also my son is also my partner, so we work together, which is it's nice to have somebody, and
Yeah.
it's at times it doesn't get nice,
Yeah.
So it's like
You have the father-son feud.
Yeah, so it's like you're good, but then there's days where you're like, get away from me. So.
Well, and I guess there's the other aspect of that too, is like you want to grow, but you don't want to lose that authenticity
Right.
of the food, right? Like we've seen restaurants start off small, grow big, and then by the time they get big, they're too big and they lose the quality in their food.
Right. Well, that's why we try to stay simple as we can be, and concentrate on the items that we're good at. So our menu is small, and we're trying to keep it as small as we can, so that we have more control of the quality
Right.
and what goes on with the employees as far as the presentation of the food, because that presentation is a big plus.
Right.
Like when you get your sandwich, you look at it. If it looks good, 50% of your good side's already there.
Right.
So that's one thing that I push all the time. That the sandwich needs to look good.
Yeah.
How does delivery work in your world? I mean, do you partner with Grubhub and these other places, or do y'all actually deliver?
Yes. No, we don't like to deliver. It's not worth it for the company as far as money. And then that's another thing. You have to hire drivers,
Right.
and they don't show up. So that, and then your insurance doubles.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Doubles or triples probably, and it just that's not worth it.
Okay. When are some of the busiest times throughout? Is it throughout the year, throughout the day, or the weekend, weekday?
Well, usually in the mornings we get busier during the week, and Saturday's the biggest day.
In the morning?
Yeah, in the morning. At nighttime it kind of slows down.
Okay,
Like by
like-
4 o'clock.
Are you talking about lunch, or are you talking
Lunchtime.
about breakfast?
Lunchtime.
Like brunch.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, brunch. You
Cool,
can say,
cool.
Yeah, because we open at 11, so we
Right.
get busy right at 11 till about 2,
Okay.
and then it slows down a little bit.
Yeah, I've been in there at
Yeah.
11 o'clock, and that drive-through line is into the middle of Jones Maltsberger sometimes.
It does get big
Well,
sometimes.
and it doesn't hurt that you're right next to Tacos and Salsa. That
Yeah.
place is
Yeah.
pretty good too.
Oh man, they're good, and I don't know how they make money, man, selling tacos at $1 and some change.
It's the trash can. Man, I only buy the trash can from that place. And it's like $4 for each taco, but it's so good. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
it is a
literally-
good taco.
They throw everything on
If
there.
it's called a trash can, I don't want to eat it.
It's amazing.
It is good. I tried it.
Yeah.
You're not John Hanson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some more important questions.
You want fries?
The cheese dog. I got it.
He's got it.
The cheese dog, yes.
I opened that and I remember that James had specifically asked for the cheese dog, so I was like, I'm not going to touch it.
Bam!
All right, Cubs or Sox?
Well, I
Choose carefully.
actually I don't have a side, so it's like I'm like neutral.
I like Switzerland.
Yeah, it's,
Neutral.
sorry. I always never really watch sports and don't have any preferences, but I do get happy when they win, either one.
Cubs
So-
probably win more than anything than the Sox.
Have you seen the record?
Who the
I
Cubs?
don't know. I really don't keep track of that.
I did, the last time I saw the Cubs was when they were playing in the World, like almost-
2016. That
2000,
was,
yeah.
I mean, we're almost close on 10 years now.
That just shows you how much I watch baseball.
Well, I only watch it sometimes when we put it at work. So
Yeah, or when you need it, when you need some sleep
before that,
medicine.
it's 100 years.
yeah.
106 years. I mean, it's a small gap between.
Wait, I thought that was Boston.
No,
No, the Cubs had the longest.
Cubs. They had
The Cubs was
The curse of the
108
goats.
years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
108 years, I think.
Okay.
the Cubs.
Can we talk about what goes into a hot dog? Because I know, like, you go pick up an Oscar Mayer wiener, and everybody's like, "Hey, dude, there's everything from the cow's feet to the cow's ears, and or the horse's ears in there." So, what's the difference between a regular, just Joe Schmo cheap hot dog versus what you guys have?
Well, Vienna beef is supposed to be all beef. It on the label it doesn't say, what parts of the cow,
Right.
but from what I can see, and when I eat on my hot dog and I eat it,
Right.
I know there's got to be at least 50% fat, which that makes a lot of flavor.
Yeah. I like it the fat. I like it the fat.
Yeah. So
James, you're asking that question. I mean, we live in San Antonio. Come on, we eat like the pig belly.
Well,
True that.
Have you seen what's in chorizo?
well, that's why it tastes so good.
It's the fat. So, a real question:
Uh huh.
what makes a Chicago hot dog a hot dog?
Okay. Well, I think the question is what makes it unique.
Unique, yes,
Yes. Okay. So
because that's like the rave, right? That's what when you get a hot dog,
right.
it's a
It-
Chicago
it's
dog.
It's a Chicago dog, and you know what? Even for Chicagoans, when they first start eating the hot dogs, they don't put everything on it. It's very rare that they will go with the Chicago style when they're kids. Most of the times, just mustard. I went through it. I started putting, mustard. Then I went on to onion. And before you know it, you fill it all the way to Chicago hot dog.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's right, though. I did the exact same progression. So
Yeah,
the plain
it's
dog,
yeah.
then you add one ingredient, right?
Right.
It was
And then you
mustard.
keep going, you keep
Yeah.
going, and before you know it, you get to the 7 ingredients, and it's good. First you think, oh, I'm not gonna like it. One day you try it, you love it.
yeah.
So it's actually my favorite dog. I love hot dogs. I'll try any hot dog, but I always end up going back to the Chicago hot dog.
So does what all goes on to the Chicago dog?
It's yellow mustard, the green bright relish, onions, tomatoes, pickles, peppers, and sport peppers, and then celery salt.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 7
Bam.
ingredients on there. Yeah.
So Mike, so Mike over here, Mr. Mike Litwin, likes his dogs plain and dry.
Well, no, not my dog.
No,
So
it's-
most of my...
Well, we had a ketchup debate.
there's no debate. The ketchup should not go in a hot dog.
No, but
I mean, even Dirty Harry had a
But,
rant
and
about
this is
that.
where you're going to disagree with Mike. When you ever go to Bill Miller's,
Yeah, I've been there.
you get their chicken strips ever?
One time.
Did you dip those chicken strips in that gravy?
I don't know why.
Bam!
Oh,
But
Communication is mine.
it must be a Chicago thing.
I don't
Because I got
know.
some friends.
Do you
from
like Raising
Chicago,
Cane's?
too.
Have you been to Raising
Yeah.
Cane's? You ever dip in the sauce?
yeah, and the sauce, and the barbecue or ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Boom! Told you.
So-
it's not natural.
So maybe the debate's not the ketchup. It's that Mike likes stuff dry.
Maybe he just likes plain things.
Yeah.
I think it should stand on its own. That's all I'm saying.
Because I mean, the you go to like a baseball game, for example, and the hot dog's either plain or it's got ketchup and mustard on it. So if that's not authentic, why do they do it at baseball games? Isn't a baseball?
Well, so you go to Wrigley Field, you got the guy at the big old box going, slapping it, hot dogs. He throws them at you, and then they throw like other stuff at you. But if you actually go to the stand, they got everything out there, and you kind of build
just
it yourself.
Make it
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, a lot of baseballs they have it out there. They got the mustard and the ketchups and the relish
Yeah.
and the stand instead. Because I think they don't want to feel like they don't want to feel threatened.
Right.
I mean,
You have Mike roll up to your stand over there. He might hit you with a ketchup bottle or something.
Wrigley Field is not known for their culinary delight. I mean, their food is not fabulous by any means.
That's crazy.
Well-
So what dog do they put sauerkraut on?
I believe it's New York. New York
The
dog.
New York hot dog?
I don't know how you
Yeah,
ought to do that.
they say they put hot sauerkraut and
There you go.
and mustard,
Huh.
which we get a lot of New York people going asking for that by us.
So do y'all have sauerkraut on?
Yes.
See, but that's funny because if I was going to put sauerkraut on something, it'd have to be a sausage or bratwurst.
I like the bratwurst
Yeah.
with the
I
sauerkraut.
think
Yeah,
sauerkraut
yeah.
would go good on the sandwich.
See, I'm kind of
what on the beef?
no. I'm out.
You don't
I'm
think-
out. Oh no, no, no,
I
no,
think-
no.
I don't. I mean, we have done it. I mean, we have made some up on request for people, but very little. Maybe
like
2 to
this.
3. Yeah.
Putting it on there.
I mean, I mean, I don't doubt that they. I mean, if they like it, they grew up with it. I mean, I guess. I mean, we'll serve whatever you want. You know, we.
So my request is that you name a dog after Mike
Oh, what do we
and
got?
call it Mike's Way.
And it's gonna be a
Oh.
plain dog.
That's on the kids menu. It's on the Mike's way.
The kids dog.
We're changing it to Mikey's way.
Mikey's way.
So I see a tomato on your shirt on that hot dog. Do you actually
This one?
have tomatoes?
But
Yeah, that's one of
I
the
had no
ingredients.
But they're not like in wedges.
This
They're
here?
not like sliced like they're like
Got it.
wedges.
Okay, I've never seen that before. Okay.
this shirt is Vienna, the brand.
Okay.
They send this for free, so I like them. We're actually gonna make our logo, this logo right here, just this big, for the next batch of shirts. And just because I like the way this thing gets attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. I saw you when you pulled up. I saw you backing out over there, and I saw the hot dog pulling out out of the parking spot. And I was like, "Oh, there he is."
That little car has gotten me a lot of customers.
It's worth it then.
Well, you don't need to. I mean, you attribute it to that, but you've kept your customers because of the quality food.
Right.
The food is delicious. I mean, we
Thank
go
you.
maybe once or twice a month.
Yes.
I mean, you're not overly close to us. You're more closer to John.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right down the street from me.
But
Good.
when we want a good hot dog, it's definitely Chicago hot dogs.
And it's fine. It's funny that little area, minus Thousand Oaks Cafe, are they still even open?
Yeah.
Over.
Not
close for a while.
not trying to
Don't
throw
do
stones at Thousand Oaks Cafe, but between Chicago hot dogs, tacos and salsa, and the Korean barbecue place, yeah, man, all three of those places
The
are
Korean?
dynamite. All
Yeah.
three of them, yeah.
Well, and I think your business is about to pick up because you just got a bike shop right next door to you now too.
Yes. It's already been picked up a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say people dropping their bikes off, coming in from McAllister Park, pulling right. These
It's a win-win.
Yeah, I think
It's a
you're in a
win-win
solid
because
location.
we, you know, people come over by us and then they, what's next door? Well, it's a bike shop. You can repair your bikes, and then they go, "Oh, I have a bike. Maybe I'll bring it." I say, "Yeah, bring it over. He's good, and the kid is good. He's good. He knows what he's doing."
Yeah.
So, and then he comes and eats over by us too. So,
That's a win-win.
yeah, we have his son. His son is like super fan of us now. We even give him a hat.
He wears the hat around when he was biking.
So how's your marketing? Like, is it strictly word of mouth, those types of things?
I wish. No, we have different things. We do some Facebook, Instagram. Most pay ads, Instagram and Facebook is the ones that work.
Good.
TikTok, I try not to do anything with TikTok as far as pay ads. TikTok is different. It does good for the visual of it. People see it and then they go. But the pay ads seems to not.
Pan out.
Nah.
So if you had, and not that I want to encourage competition, but if you had advice, what advice would you give to somebody who wanted to start their own small hot dog store or hot dog shop? I mean, what would be the framework of getting this off the ground?
First of all, if you could get a place where it's second generation, that would be the best. Putting all that equipment in there out of pocket is very expensive.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places that will have all the equipment in there, or most of it. At least get the hood. Because the hood right now it's got to be $50,000 just the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we paid 42 3 years ago. Everything went up.
Yeah.
So find
So
a kitchen that's already been built
Find
out.
a kitchen that
Right.
a place that has already bathrooms. That's halfway done at least.
Sure.
That's what I would do, and I think we still look right now because our plan is to grow. So we still look. If we get lucky where somebody closes and the landlord wants to rent it out, just rent it out, we will take it because it's just so much money you put in, and it takes such a long time to grab it back.
Right.
That's why they say the restaurant business is the hardest business in the world.
Oh, for sure.
I did not know that.
You're like, I like hot dogs. I want to sell hot dogs.
I
I'm
went
doing
for
it.
the food, man. I'm like, I'm never gonna be hungry.
Hey, that's a good problem.
I like that. I
Yeah.
did not know that.
Honestly, I did not know that until a few years ago. So,
And how do you feel about like a mobile operation?
like a food truck,
Yeah. Would you rather be rolling food truck or have a brick and mortar?
brick and mortar.
Okay. Why is that?
100%.
Why is that?
There's different factors. The food trucks is not as easy as people think they are. You have to have a commissary area, so you have to pay for that. Then you have to pay for garbage disposal.
Gas.
There's you gotta pay your gas. You gotta pay wherever you're gonna park, and hope that people show up. And when you have a brick and mortar, people know where you are, so when they come on their time. So like when you go to, let's say you go to HOA, people may not. You know, we used to do a food truck. We had a food truck at the beginning because we couldn't get a place. So we bought a food truck and we started selling, but we couldn't find a place that you just like a food truck park where you sit. So we were traveling, and some days was really good. You sold out. Those are the worst days. So after 8 months, we already had our good stops. Once a month, you go to that stop, and more than likely you can sell out, which that was good. But here's the thing, you work, when you have a food truck, you work at least 2.5 hours before you go to the place. You drive there, you park, it's another hour to set up, then another hour to take down, go back home, wash all the dishes, put everything away. So you're putting in about 7 hours of work without having a customer.
Oh, wow.
And that's what I didn't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the restaurant, when you have the restaurant, you get there, it's an hour before, an hour after. So 2 hours with no chance of getting a customer. But 7 hours for 3 hours of being open, or 4 hours, is
Too much.
too long.
Yeah.
Too long of as hard as it is to get the customers in, now you work 7 hours with no chance.
Yeah.
And that's what I didn't like.
Yeah.
But if you build it where you could like sit it down and you don't have to move it, I think it'd be worth it.
Build a reputation.
Kind of like the Carnitas place, Don Raul. they moved. They went to their place, but they had it on Broadway, and there's a bunch of food trucks there, and they never move. So people know to go there, and they pick whatever once they're there.
Well, yeah, and then all of us, like, that's almost like, hey, I just, instead of brick and mortar, I'm just doing this out of a truck. Because it's like, they ain't going anywhere. We're going to do the dishes, bring the dishes home, we'll clean the dishes, and we'll bring everything back there.
Well, yeah, you could do that, but it also, I didn't like that part because, like even if you don't have, let's say you don't rent the kitchen and you just do it at home, your home is going to look like a restaurant. You're going to have big pots, big pans everywhere.
Garage all used up.
I'm pretty sure Mike's home already does look like a restaurant.
Yeah, but it's trending that way.
Yeah.
But I guess the other factor, too, in that equation is that those food trucks aren't cheap. They're still
they're
like
not.
$50,000, $60,000 fully built out.
So we got a smaller one and not so good quality, and it was $28,000 still. So... Yeah. And here's the other thing too is like you gotta have a decent truck to pull it. I was pulling it in my Honda Pilot. the food truck was bigger, twice as
gotta love the
Hondas. I mean, I was going slow, man, but it still did it. It did the job for 8 months. So. Yeah.
Well, it got you to where you are today, and that's the most important ingredient is making sure you're successful, and you've been successful. Is it off?
Yeah, I mean it's been a crazy journey, and then I had to go back. 2021 when we opened, we were 6 months into open the store that we opened. I had to go back to Chicago because we lost all our employees over there because. They were getting money from the government. And it was just better for them to not work. So they didn't work. So
I think COVID did that to a lot of people, though.
Yeah, so I had to go back, and I was traveling. I was 3 weeks over there, 1 week over here. I hated that. That's not good.
Yeah.
No. Just oh man.
So the idea is focus on San Antonio.
Yes.
Grow San Antonio. Where would you say your next location could be?
Well, I don't think it's gonna be that far from this one. I think within 6 miles away. I don't want to go too far. Where
You should go to Spring Ranch.
Mike will be your best customer.
It's not a crazy thought because we used to work in Spring over there. We did bring a food truck out there, so it did good out there. So that's one thing. Somebody was suggesting, what's the other town over here by...
Stone Oak?
No.
Bulverde?
Or Bernie?
James is like, please, Bulverde, please, Bulverde, please, Bulverde.
Cibolo, I think it is?
Cibolo, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Shirt Cibolo, you go crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would be
But there's a strategy to it, right? It's not just like, hey, I like this location.
No, you have to
do market studies.
You got to do either you do it yourself or you pay somebody to do it to see how much people you have around, like within 3 miles or so.
What the demographics are.
And then you base it off of that.
And I don't know if you heard of Wise Guys. You ever hear of Wise Guys?
Yeah. I was here. I ate there before.
They all. I think all of them are now.
They were out in Round Rock. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if they're still open. I haven't seen anything from them.
They opened up 3 or 4 here.
Oh, okay.
And they just kind of the one right there on Thousand Oaks Jones Maltzberger closed about 4 years ago.
Oh, okay, so
and
that's the one that was there because people keep telling us about it. But
yeah, and then the one on West Avenue closed like 2 years ago. So you're just kind of like, like, so I mean, you got to do a little bit of research, like, and I guess. It changed ownership several times. That little area on Thousand Oaks Jones Maltzberger was historically not the best spot for a restaurant because every 2 or 3 years,
the Walgreens, right?
Across the street from HEB, basically. But it just seemed like nothing could stay there for more than 2 or 3 years. Like it was Hawk Burgers for a second, and then it was L.A. Crawfish, which is surprising because L.A. Crawfish. I think, but
it's probably Louisiana Crawfish.
Louisiana.
Yeah, but L.A. Crawfish, they're a chain, right? And so historically, they usually do well. and they closed. And before that, it was Wise Guys. Before that, it was a Japanese place.
That's what the customers they come by and say, "Were you guys over there?" I'm like, "No, I never seen anybody. I don't know."
Yeah, no, it was Wise Guys, but
Okay.
that sandwich was 10 times better than anything I ate over there.
Well,
That
Wise
was a
Guys,
damn good
when I
sandwich.
tried it, they were using the fontanini or the Vienna beef already made, which is not bad, but if you let it sit for a while, it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
So I tried it and it was okay. I mean, it'll take your cravings from you, but it's not going to give you a experience like you would get with
Yeah,
this
no,
sandwich.
that was an
Yeah.
authentic,
Yeah.
It's
very
good.
delicious Italian
Yeah.
beef sandwich. I loved it.
It had,
Which is good, and people don't make it like this anymore as much. I found out in the last few years, even in Chicago, a lot of restaurants will just buy it already made from either Scala or Vienna or Antonini.
That's blasphemy.
Because the price wise makes sense, but when you go there, you're just gonna get an okay sandwich.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Yeah.
You know, which is it depends. You know, some people say, well, don't you think $12 or $13 too much for this sandwich?
Hell no.
And I say no. And
a
they
lot of
say,
beef.
why?
Well, no joke. My granddad used to make them, and my granddad's first generation Italian, and it just kind of reminds me of. And he grew up in Chicago,
Okay.
and it reminds me of something that I had when I was a kid. And it's
Okay.
like I'd pay $20, I'd pay $30 for that sandwich. You know,
But see, that's the thing. You know, like I always say, and I was telling my kid the other day. I said, look, I said even when I've been the brokest, I still don't complain to get a good sandwich.
right.
I mean, even if I say, okay, I only have enough for one sandwich, I'd rather have one sandwich and split it, but good, than two sandwiches that are not good or okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, it's like I'd rather have pay the what the cost is and enjoy it, you know, than just okay, you know.
And I think that's where a lot of restaurants lose it, right? Because they grow it, they get the customers,
Yeah.
the clientele, the base, whatever you call it, and then they change it to make it cheaper so that their profit grows quicker.
Yeah, but it doesn't really. You won't get it. You won't get it because like a lot of times people think, well, the customer's not gonna know if you take a little bit. Well, they know. I mean, we buy it because we like it, you know, because
Yeah.
we know what it is, and then you're missing a piece or missing something, and you're like, well, what happened here?
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, your taste buds grow kind of that sensation to it, or
Right,
that
and-
taste to it, and
Yeah,
it gets changed.
And also like a lot of times, you know, you can't control everything. So if you ever get like a not good experience at a restaurant, not just at our restaurant, but like any restaurant, and that you go normally, and one day you don't get what you normally get, just say something.
Right.
You know, because there's a mistake or there's a new employee. You know, it's like a lot of times people just say, okay, I'm not coming back. But
So-
I think the right thing to do as a customer is say something. Now, if you don't get hurt and they don't take care of you, then you got to do what you got to do.
So has there ever
You
been
know?
a point in time where you've gotten product, let's say the beef or the hot dogs, and you just said no, and you sent it back to the supplier at all?
Yes. There's been times.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're doing your own QC and making
Well-
sure the product's staying to quality. You see, and
Yes. So there's been times where the product is not, it's just not good.
right.
So you call them up and they'll either, you go to Restaurant Depot and pick up, if it's beef, you can pick it up over there, and they'll just save the box, they take it and throw it out and give us credit.
Gotcha.
You know, so it's no different than you going in there and getting a bad sandwich. If you get a bad sandwich, you just bring it back. We're not going to ask you a bunch of questions. We're just going to replace it and make you a new one.
Right.
And no, we won't spit on it.
Yeah. You're not going to. Speaking of that,
Yeah.
so we have National Hot Dog Day coming up. Any special plans at Chicago Hot Dogs? Any special promos you want to plug?
We have a free hot dog with choice after you spend the first $30. So if you bring your family and you spend more than $30, you get one free hot dog of your choice.
A Mike dog. Mike's way.
Mike's way.
Mike's
You
way.
get Mike's
Mikey
way.
dog.
One free plain hot dog.
You get the wiener, not the bun.
He's a purist. No, I mean, I do get the purist thing on some things, though, because, like, I like to smoke meat, and I just can't stand some people. They slather barbecue sauce all over the meat right when they get it off the smoker, and you're just kind of like, you slather your own meat with barbecue sauce. Like, here's some barbecue sauce. Do not do it to this thing. I just created this. It took me, sometimes 18, 20 hours to do this, and it's amazing. And you just it all up with your barbecue sauce.
I do feel like that sometimes when I go wipe down the table, so go ask the customer something, and then I see they put ketchup on the beef, mustard on the beef. Why did you do that for?
Like, got any A1 sauce?
But I mean, if that's what they like, I mean, what can you say?
They must be
losers.
They must be from San Antonio.
I always recommend everybody that hasn't had a beef to try it that way with the whole thing. If you like cheese, you like hot peppers, you like bell peppers, try it that way first, and then you make your changes.
Yeah,
because that'll give you the good idea of what it tastes like with the cheese, how is it with the peppers, and then next time you say, okay, I like it with more dry, I like it,
So, important question, where do you get your hot Giardiniera?
It comes from Chicago. We have vendors here. We have one vendor.
Yeah.
One vendor.
Only one vendor. One product. He doesn't have any other choices. So
is it Marconi?
It's Roconto.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's and we were gonna get we at times use Vienna, but the Vienna is too hot. I like it better, but it's too hot.
It's good.
This is it's not as hot. It's got good flavor, so we switched to this. But the Vienna has, to me, has more flavor, or maybe I just grew up with it, and
I grew up with the Marconi, and I love that. I love that stuff. I got about 10 jars in my fridge.
We wanted to get there, but our guy doesn't have it.
Yeah,
because that's what I use up there.
Yeah,
and it works fine.
So I could not I was able to find it at HEB.
Really?
Here, and then it just disappeared. So I have to order it off of Amazon now.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But don't worry, I ordered it off Amazon.
So he's gonna walk into your restaurant with it.
There, put it on my beef.
No, it was good. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, it has a very similar flavor.
Yeah,
it's very close. The reason I think I like the Vienna Giardiniera is because it has more oily. This has more vinegar than the oil. So the other one is more oily, and I really like the spice. It fires you up at the first bite. But I like hot.
I did too. Yeah, I did too.
So like a lot of people, we actually had a customer, or not a customer, but she came one time, and she said she wanted hot peppers. So we put the hot peppers on there, but it was the one I tell you, it was too hot, and she probably couldn't have it. She kept on posting. Every time I post something, she'll say something. You burned my mouth and this and that. I'm like, oh my god.
That's what you asked for.
And
I said,
we delivered.
And I even offered her to come back and get a sandwich with no peppers and replace it, and she wouldn't. But she kept on, like, for a whole year.
Yeah, go quit trolling me, bitch.
For
Get off my feed.
For a whole year, she would command that. And
what was her handle name?
I can't remember her. It was last year sometime.
Do your thing, TikTok.
We will totally call that hoe out.
And
my bad.
You guys know San
Edit
Antonio
that one.
restaurants? San Antonio Restaurants Group on Facebook. Well, they have over 230,000 followers, and I post there daily. And she would comment almost every day on that.
God.
Don't worry, we got you, Amato.
Well, I don't
The
got
homies
you.
got your back.
So and I've eaten lots of different hot jardineras, and none of them are that hot. I
Well,
mean,
that one is
I
hot.
Wait a minute, you're not a good judge.
yeah, I'm not a good
you're
judge.
a
I can
terrible
do
judge.
I like
Judge.
ghost pepper. I like. I mean, it's
Coming
like
from the guy that ate
yeah.
like the Scoville meter, like
Yeah.
the high of the high, and didn't even break a sweat. James was in the bathroom. I'm over here like I'm not touching that stuff.
But I like hot, right? So it's like
Yeah.
it's serrano peppers.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they're not going to kill you. It's literally this.
Yeah, but I don't know what else they put on that. I think it may be the black pepper along
Yeah.
with the serranos and it nights.
Yeah.
And then the beef has some hot, and so altogether fire her up. But I mean, it was hotter than normal. Don't get me wrong, that was hotter than normal. But I mean, if you can have hot, man, just ask for it on the side, I guess. I mean,
So speaking of crazy restaurant stories, do you have any other crazy stories that you've encountered being a restaurant
Oh, I'm
owner?
sure you have had 100 of them.
well, there's
No robberies, no nothing like that.
no robberies, but
On Jones Smallsburger, come
on
on,
Jones
man.
Smallsburger, no,
So the
nothing.
police station is literally
Right,
like
right,
3
down
minutes
the
away.
street. and 90% of the times they know I will be armed. So
He's packing
love
dogs
Texas.
and guns.
so they probably figure, hey, you know, this is Texas, so they might be armed.
We are.
Yeah. So
I got a hypothetical question for you.
What's
Joey Chestnut walks into your restaurant. What do you do?
Joey Chestnut.
Who's Joey Chestnut?
The Nathan's guy who's no longer allowed to
Oh.
eat Nathan's. He's what 16,
The hot dog
16 years in a row or
The
something
hot
like
dog
that.
eating champ walks into your restaurant.
You're like, "Hey, that'll be $1,000, sir."
Do you have enough hot dogs to feed him?
If he wants to pay, I
Sure,
can.
it depends on the day. Yeah. Because like we get our delivery on Tuesday, so if it comes today or
Joey,
tomorrow,
if you're listening, come on Tuesdays.
on Tuesday, right on Tuesday after 11 o'clock, we should be able to feed you.
So what, did
Nobody
he get,
else wanted-
dishonorably discharged from hot dog eating? Or
So he
John probably knows more.
wait. I just remember reading something. He's banned from Nathan's because he.
He cheated in one of the contests or something.
How does one cheat at
No,
eating
no,
hot dogs?
I didn't know he was cheating. I thought he just did like a different hot dog brand, and so Nathan's got all salty about it, and we're like, "You're not allowed to come back here ever again."
because it's a Nathan's
wow.
thing.
I
Yeah,
thought
so-
he has a contract and he breaks some rules.
Yeah,
that's-
he ate. I think he did something for a different. Was it
says he
Oscar Mayer?
Yeah, no, he was banned by Major League Eating. I didn't even know MLE
Oh, I didn't know this.
existed.
Wow.
Major League Eating.
Major League I
I didn't know any of this. I thought I actually.
Obesity, here he comes. Yes.
Sign him up.
The organizers of the annual hot dog eating contest for his endorsement deal with Impossible Foods.
Oh, the
yeah.
No
veggie
meat.
The veggie. No wonder he got banned.
Too much meat turned him vegan.
So I was kind of right. So
Yeah, you were on the
I
right
thought you were
path.
gonna be like he cheated. I was like, how do you cheat? And
Right.
coated his stomach with olive oil. He's disqualified for life.
Have you seen what some of those guys do though before the competition? They like starve themselves for like 2 or 3 days, like
Oh, my
nothing
God.
but water, and
So they don't have anything in the belly.
so they don't have anything in their
Oh,
belly.
wow. I don't know.
But you would think that would shrink your stomach because it's like if you don't eat for a day or two,
Well,
like
they
maybe
do
drink
it
a lot
like
of
2
water
to
and
3 days. So they fast for like 2 to 3 days before the competition. Then they eat, like they bulk eat something like a day, like the night before.
so
And
they have.
they have.
So they're not only.
It's not all
liquid.
empty stomach and all
Yeah.
liquid.
Oh wow.
So
I don't know. how they
I'm
do it,
out.
man,
I'm
but-
out, dude. That didn't even look like fun.
we were gonna have a
The
competition
most I
today,
can eat
but,
is 4 hot dogs.
Oh yeah, no. It's like so.
how many dogs do you think you can down?
So I a half dozen
In a minute?
easy in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably, but I'm not going to do it. I mean, it just sounds like a pain in my stomach. Like I just,
I tried it myself and I could do 4 in probably like 2 minutes.
4 with buns or just?
Buns, everything.
Oh, okay.
Everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Chicago
Is that
style.
dip-
but like the way they do it, they're sitting
Yeah.
there like water, 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 and you're like, God, that doesn't look good.
There's hot Tua girls and he get at the hot dog eating contest. But it says he also set his record. The well-known competitive eater holds the world record for eating the most hot dogs, and so they do 10 minutes, and he ate a whopping 76.
Wow. How the hell you do that?
His first competition he won by eating 57 hot dogs.
Wow.
Out the gate, 57. It's pretty good.
That's his rookie contest there.
I'm out after like 2 or 3.
About the only challenge I think I want to try here in San Antonio is what is that, Chunky's Burgers?
Chunkies?
Because they have like the Four Horsemen burger. I kind of want to try. I've never tried it, and I kind of want to go there and try it because it's supposed to be like ghost pepper, scorpion, and something else.
Oh, it's like a spice.
Yeah, it's supposed, and you have like 20 or 30 minutes to eat the burger, and it's not like hard to finish the burger.
So maybe we're giving you an idea here, Amato. Maybe you go and have a food challenge at Chicago Hot Dogs.
Well,
you ever thought about doing a hot dog eating contest?
Well, we thought about doing some kind of challenge. I just don't know how. It has to be different items, I think. Maybe one would be the beef, and maybe the combo with the sausage and beef, that's a huge sandwich already. So I was we were thinking about that last year and doing something like that.
The Four Horsemen, I could see it.
Yeah.
Or the Screaming Skullville Italian beef.
Ooh. The homies got your back.
We could get some Carolina Reaper on there, a little bit of ghost pepper.
We got the
some scorpion pepper.
But see, wait, then you're killing the flavor.
It's not the point. The point is the challenge.
All right, Mike, for you, we have a plain one for you.
The point is the challenge, Mike.
It's called the raw dog.
Well, I was thinking more of we were thinking more of the amount of food, same what we serve, but like maybe two of the beefs or beef and a couple hot dogs.
The Amato challenge,
right? Something like that. Yeah. So something that
has to be something like your favorite item.
Well, it's beef and hot dogs.
Beef.
The Chicago dogs. Those are. But I mean, if I can eat a beef and a hot dog, anybody could do it then.
Yeah. So you almost have to double it, like two beef sandwiches, 2 hot dogs in a 15-minute period.
Right.
And you get a shirt.
Maybe the homes and homies should.
You still have to pay for it. Just get a shirt.
Well, some places make it where if you eat it, like if you eat it, it's free.
Yeah, it's free.
And if you don't, you pay for it.
Yeah.
So it's like
you'd probably be better in that sense. That'd be better for you.
Well, yeah. I mean, if somebody eats the whole thing, and it's nice that they get it for free.
But you got to make it almost impossible.
Yeah, or maybe you could do like, if you can just go ahead and bake. Like a 2-foot long,
like cut it and instead of cutting it and then make it like
it's
that.
Just like bake it like that. And just
that's what it is. It's 7-inch, so it'll be like that.
Yeah, just get a 2-foot, 24-inch Italian beef sandwich. You got 15 minutes to eat it.
John would
and
be your first
order fries.
Well, if you do the whole love is it's 3 of these, 21 inches.
Oh yeah.
So if you do the whole thing and then an order of fries, that's 3 beefs and a fry.
And not just a small order, just a big order of fries. Yeah, the large order of fries.
Do you think you could finish that?
In 15 minutes? No, man, that's a lot of food.
Yeah, I don't think I can.
So then it's a challenge. If John can't finish it, it's a challenge.
I think so.
Is that shots fired? I don't know.
Well, no.
Now I kind of want to try to eat 3 of them in 15 minutes.
You can't. I bet you can't.
Well, 3 of them is a lot, bro. It's a big sandwich already.
Oh, it's a good. I'm stuffed right now.
So we're going to Chicago Hot Dogs next week. we're gonna order this up, live record it, stream it to the socials.
There you go. You can do that,
and we'll start your challenge. I couldn't do it. I mean, I eat a lot of food too. Like, yeah, I eat a lot.
My regular meal at times is one of those beefs and a hot dog.
What's the
no fries?
What's the most you've had somebody order? And you don't have to tell us who they are.
Well,
but for themselves.
Here's San Antonio. We just had a kid came in this week that I seen. That's the most recent one. He ordered 4 hot dogs and an Italian beef, and he ate it.
All of it?
All of it.
Wow.
and order fries and 2 drinks because he took one to go. So, and I was like, it's a new customer. He's been in twice.
He's a very good customer.
Well, yeah, he's gonna be a good customer.
Yeah,
but
you should hook him up with a hat.
Yeah, well, he hasn't been back since last week. So we'll see.
He's still full.
Nah, I don't think so. But.
No.
But I mean, yeah, I was amazed. I thought it was to go, and I packed it to go, but he ripped the bag open and ate it.
Literally.
Well, when somebody orders, it's only one person.
You just think, okay, cool, like they're bringing it home for their friends or
but no,
parents.
I mean, the kid sit down. He's probably 25, no more than 30 for sure. He sat down over by the counter and by the wall, ate everything.
The craziest thing I've ever seen at a restaurant, and I don't even know if you would consider Jimmy John's a restaurant really, but was at Jimmy John's. Saw a kid walk in there, got the plain, I forget what they are, the
gargantuan,
the Miss Vicky's chips.
Oh,
and he pulls out a bottle of Tabasco sauce out of his pocket. And just like douses the chips in Tabasco sauce. Oh my God.
Sometimes you need Tabasco sauce on the chips. That's not even that weird.
It was random because that's the only thing that they bought.
I mean, Mike does not approve of that because it's.
I do have a customer that brings his own salsa and puts it on the beef. His wife makes a really good salsa. She always brings a little can for us too, and
awesome.
and they put it on the beef.
So have you tried it?
Yeah, it's good.
Good.
Yeah, I like it with she does jalapenos on it with some a mix of poblano. And it's really good. It's green, and so I wanted to try because he puts it on there, on the beef along with a hot jarnet on there. So I tried it, and it's really good.
You can call it the San Antonio beef.
That's it.
So do you have a San Antonio dog?
We do.
Oh, what's on the San Antonio dog?
It's got salsa on it, doesn't it?
It has, yeah. Well, like you can call it salsa.
Like a pico?
It's similar. It's what is it? It's bacon, onion, and tomato, sauteed together. With some spices on there, cumin, garlic, cloves, and
I've had it. It's good.
And then mayo, and it gets mayo mustard.
Yes.
Nice.
Come on, Mike.
It's mixed up in there, man.
It's all together.
Mike's
and then jalapenos on top. So it's really.
I'm out. You had me till mayo. Till mayo, that was fine.
Well, you can ask for no mayo.
No mayo.
All right. And no mustard if you don't like.
Well, mustard's okay.
Okay, well then just no mayo.
So, Mike, you're okay with the sautéed toppings, but not
the mayo?
The sauces.
Not mayo. Yeah, sauteed toppings are fine.
Okay, got it.
Oh yeah, just take out the mayo. I mean, it's not all together. It will be together once it's done. But you can say no tomato, no mustard, or no peppers. Yeah, the rest is you're out of luck. Everything's together.
I was thinking of a hot dog with like some salsa on it.
Well, we thought about it, but it's kind of like salsa and the peppers. It gives it's really good. You had it already, right?
Yeah, I've had the San Antonio dog was really good.
I mean, we sell a lot of it. I was surprised that we make the stuff there and pour it right on top.
Yeah.
So it's
Might be okay.
Yeah.
I think it'll be okay with the Mike. Just take out the mayo.
Mike's gonna walk in and he goes, "Look, there's raw dog." Here comes our raw dogger.
Look at that tasty hot dog with nothing on it.
I think Mike just earned a new nickname. Mike, the raw dog live with.
For sure.
Mike, you have some topics over there. I see.
Well, we were talking about the raw dog, and I was kind of curious where the hot dog got its name.
What
Why is it called a hot dog?
the hot dog? I don't
Because
know.
of Mickey Mouse, didn't you know that?
No.
Hot dog, hot diggity dog.
According to this article, it was Southmoric College Humor that gave it the name of a hot dog.
Interesting.
So they
I
were
never
making
took the
some kind of
time.
innuendo about the sausage.
The hot
And it
dog.
stuck.
I just want to know where Glizzy came from. That came
Yeah,
out of
well,
nowhere.
Yeah, glizzy.
Believe it or not, I never knew it was another form of hot dog till we opened Chicago Hot Dogs.
About glizzy.
Yeah,
Dude, I thought people were messing with me. They're like, "We're gonna go eat some glizzies." I was like, "What the fuck's wrong?" Yeah,
Well-
it's a hot dog.
That's a hot dog?
Yeah, that's
it's
just
a
what they're
hot dog,
called,
yeah.
hot dogs.
So one day I'm I posted something.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
I posted something and somebody commented on the post and said, I can't remember what exactly they say, but I didn't know what they were saying.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Are you
so I'm
speaking
like,
English?
okay. I'm like, okay, there's Google for this. So I type it in. It says another form of calling a hot dog. And say, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's when I
It's
found out
glizzy.
that's what it was.
We're just getting unhip, Mike.
Because we're old.
We're getting old, Mike.
It's from the hood. Too,
Wait, it's like that email I sent out with when I sent out an office email out to 15 people, and I was being really serious, and I was like, "Hey, we have got to change this, and this. We need to start doing this and this." And Clarissa responds back, "Say less." And I'm like, this motherfucker. I thought she meant shut up. You know what I mean? Because I was lengthy.
Too much.
Yeah. And I was like, I was so fired up. So apparently that means I got you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, my bad.
So it's funny that you bring that up though, because the other day we were at the coffee shop and the coffee gal goes Riz or something like that. I forget exactly what she said, but I looked at my wife and goes, "What the fuck is that? Is that like something she put in my drink or something?"
I just rizzed you.
I just got Riz.
Oh man. Yeah, there's a lot of words that I come across and it's like, man, and I Google and then it shows you what they are.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
So Riz is a term that describes a person's captivating charm and allure. So she was,
God.
and then they say bussin' now too.
I heard that the other day. Yeah.
Bussin', man.
Yeah, somebody said
That sandwich was bussin'.
Yeah. Somebody said that the other day, and I was like, "Oh, okay." I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what it was.
IYK.
They also use a term called high key, the opposite of low key, meaning intense and
Okay.
out in the open.
My God.
Oh, it's high key instead of going low key. I knew that one.
Whatever GYATT is. How would you say that? Gyat?
Is that like yeah, dang?
Gyat? Get over here. Get over here. Get that goddamn hot dog in my stomach.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But apparently it's excitement or shock.
There you go.
Any last words, Mike, before we wrap up? John, James?
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Motto, yeah.
That was awesome.
Did
Food
I
is
tell
excellent.
you? Did I tell you we started pizza this week?
You
I
mentioned
think
it.
that's off the air. Or is
We
that
got
on
it.
the air?
I saw that on TikTok. I saw the pizza going into the oven. I said, oh, shoot.
Yeah, we started this week. Saturday night, I started posting. So it's Sunday. We saw about 5 Sunday and 6 yesterday. So it's starting off slow.
So it's Chicago style, where it's deep
No,
dish,
no,
or
it's just thin.
thin
Just
crust?
thin crust. That's all right now.
I love thin crust. Is
Yeah,
my
we
jam.
only
but-
have
It's
one
got to
size.
have a little crunch, though.
We have one size. We are cutting in squares. We're not calling it Chicago style because I don't feel this real Chicago style, but it's good, and we are cutting it in squares just because a lot of people wanted that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a good pizza. People have been coming and try it now. Today, I think we had about 5 already. So I don't know. Usually at nighttime is better for pizza.
So normal flavors, or do you have any like flavors that are just yours?
Pretty standard flavors, and then we have sausage and pepperoni. You could add onions, peppers.
But this is your homemade sausage, right?
we make it there. Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so
They're going to have a Italian beef pizza.
yeah, we could if you want. Yeah,
That'd be delish.
yeah.
That'd be bussin'.
So yeah, it's up on request. If somebody wants it with Italian beef and the hot giarnetta on there, yes, we do it.
That sounds good.
John's
Yeah.
like, ooh, I know what I'm having for dinner.
Seriously.
Yeah, you just gotta let us know that that's what you want.
Any alcohol at Chicago Hot Dogs yet?
No, only if you bring it.
Only if you bring
I'll
it.
drink it.
Well, we'll make sure we bring enough then.
Yeah, right.
All right, so I got an expression for you as a past Chicagoan. So it's hot in San Antonio, but you don't have to shovel heat. So no matter
That's
how
true.
bad it gets, you don't have to shovel heat.
That's true. You don't have to shovel heat. That's right.
Yeah.
Or rain.
Rain, well, we need a lot of rain.
In the winter time when it rains, you don't have to shovel it.
Yeah, our 2 weeks of winter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you've been watching the Homes and Homies podcast. If you're ever off of Jones Maltzberger, be sure to go check out Amato over at Chicago Hot Dogs. Show them some love.
So what's
Come
the
on
address
over.
there, Amato?
It's 12914 John Maltzberger Road. It's just a couple minutes away from Beaters Road. It's between Beaters and Thousand Oaks. There's Pepe's Tacos there, Goji Street, and Thousand Oaks Cafe. We're in the same plaza.
And what are y'all's hours? Monday through
Hours
Sunday?
are Monday to Saturday, 11 to 8, and Sundays, 11 to 6.
So come hungry.
Yes, come hungry. Got a lot of glizzies.
Say less.
Don't forget to come in tomorrow for
National Hot
our
Dog.
National Hot Dog Day.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Mention the Homes and Homies podcast.
That's right.
That's right.
We'll
No
get-
coupons.
No
but-
discounts.
Well, it is, you spend 30 and you get a free hot dog. So
That's right. It's the homie discount.
John's ready to do the out.
Peace out. See you next week.